Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. It's time for Free Leagues Publishing's Tales from the Loop slash Things from the Flood.
Yay!
This is our story, The Quiet Year. We have our wonderful cast back again. Wonderful cast going from top to bottom. Why don't you very quickly tell us who you are and who you'll be playing tonight? Starting with, of course, Shay.
Oh, I'm on top?
You are on top.
That doesn't
Congratulations.
happen
You've been on top the entire game.
often. I was making a joke.
Ah,
You are a resident top. Anyways,
that's not true.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shay, a member of Party White Gaming. Today, I'm going to be playing Ashton Preston.
Only who you are and what they do.
Okay.
Keep it
Ashton
short.
Preston. Rocker team.
Thank you. Next is our wonderful friend Frost.
Hello, I'm Frost. I'm gonna be playing BB, the hacker teen.
And last but certainly
He's in.
never least,
me. I'm playing Signa Jormundsen, the Motorhead.
fantastic.
I
What
do
a,
machines.
what a wonderful group of lovelies we have here with us today, which of course means we're back to our usual spiel, which means I have some boring paperwork to go over with all of you before we begin once again. It is just, of course, the way of things with this game, so let's do it quick and get it done. These are the principles of the game. And I had them. Now they're gone. There they are. Alright. There are, of course, 6 rules that we will always ascribe to for this game. Number 1. Everything changes. Everything falls apart. In this wonderful 90s that never was, the promised prosperity and golden future of the 80s has come and gone. The Loop Foundation is gone. They were sold to Crafta Corporation, who have been dismantling the science foundation within your small town shortly after the environmental disaster that destroyed your ordinary, wonderful lives. Number 2, everyday life is full of demands, boredom, and conflict. You're teenagers. You're not the big damn heroes, the action stars, the wonderful magicians, or any of the other things that you might aspire to in other tabletop RPGs. You are everyday, ordinary teenagers who have every ordinary teenager needs, expectations, and responsibilities. Number 3, the mysteries are exciting but dangerous, and only you can stop them. You are the Goonies, you are the Loser Club, you are all of the other teen movies that came out in the 80s and 90s of the kids who go on the adventure despite their ordinary lives and face some truly astounding things that may or may not kill them. Number 4, you are neither kids nor adults. As mentioned, we are playing teenagers. You all are kids in high school ranging from 16 and up. You are caught in the world where you are no longer treated as children, but you're not old enough to hold the responsibilities. The magic of youth is slowly wasting away from you, and before long, you'll be a boring, everyday adult. Number 5, the game is played scene by scene. We run our game, Things from the Flood, The Quiet Year. Much like a TV show or a movie, everybody will have a chance to have their own personal scene, which they can include others from the table or NPCs of their liking. And then we will have story-related scenes that follow. And lastly, number 6, the world is described collaboratively. As mentioned with the scene by scene, everybody gets to help build this world. It's not just me telling you how things go. I will seek input from the players and let them help shape the way things are going, even though I have the permanent director's say in how things are. With that being said, why don't we have our recap? Who wants to go over it? I heard Cigna.
Okay. Well, a lot happened with Cigna. So we met the weird hybrid alien Terminator girl. We don't know exactly what she is yet. Test tube baby. Cigna named her. They went to school. She came to school, freaking Cigna out, and then everyone out. BB got hacked. Ashley was making posters to try to find her friend who's still lost. We decided to come up with fake exchange student papers to try to figure out why the hell Astrid would be allowed to stay here. We met Rachel, the goth, and I don't quite remember what else we did.
Anybody else want to jump in?
I was like, crap, where are my notes? I have them. After we printed out the big list of all the names of people that have been
Right.
missing.
We found out about a conspiracy and missing children.
And yeah, the Cigna is gonna go to BB's to go get that fake foreign exchange paperwork up, while Ashley said she's gonna be putting up flyers.
Ashley also found out that some of the faculty, I'm not dyslexic, some of the faculty are also working for Kraft.
Yeah.
Including one Simon Calhoun.
Yep. Ha. Totally unrelated. Just tweeted out. I saw that Snowden was trending on Twitter, and I clicked on it, and there's a joke meme up here. It says, "Breaking news: Donald Trump pardons the wet bandits."
Hey, they're the sticky bandits.
They're the sticky bandits now. They were the wet bandits.
Oh, it's even worse. He pardoned the old them, not the new ones.
Yeah, those crimes they committed. Ugh, that's a.
It's like, yeah, they straight up tried to kill a kid in like public, man.
But apparently there's talks of pardoning Snowden, so that's what that is. But I'm going to turn Twitter off so we don't go down into politics. Anyways, I suppose, first things first, does anybody want to have a scene? You don't have to take them now, of course. Everybody gets a personal scene, but they don't have to start now. If not, I'll jump right into...
No, I have nothing to do right now.
Anybody else? Bueller?
Yeah, nothing I can think of. Oh, but I did remember. Where is it? I have it on here. Oh, Ashley, who BB thinks is going to maybe put up a few flyers before trying to sneak back into the loop again because they got a lab coat.
Yeah,
He doesn't know she has a lab coat, but he thinks she's going to do it anyway.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else, we are going to say that a week has come and gone now. You all have taken the time to get Astrid acclimated and acquainted within the new area. The papers and the flyers have been distributed, and everything is going pretty normally. Cigna, your dad seemed confused when you came home with an exchange student, but with some talk, you were able to convince him that, yeah, he definitely signed off on a thing that would make it okay. And
Cigna has definitely practiced her dad's signature to sign up for some weird shit before.
Yep, and you showed him the signature, and it was like, well, it was a while ago. You have to sign up for these things in advance. You can't just, sign it and then a week later someone shows up on your doorstep. There's a lot of steps to go through. I know this because my sister did an exchange to China. So you can't really do it immediately. It's usually like a year or more in advance of setup. So you're like, yeah, you don't remember you signed this last year and we were good with it. And yeah, and he eventually bought it. And so the guest room has been given to Astrid, so there's no awkwardness in Signa having to share a bed with a new potentially Terminator girl. But she has adapted to living in your house. Your father, hearing her name, is like, oh my god, she's Swedish too? And you're like, and then
Parents like Sweden? They liked ABBA.
yeah, they were like, it's like, oh, okay. And then you were surprised that she actually started speaking Swedish to your father. And in the conversation that transpired, Astrid revealed that her family, in quotes, is from Stockholm, and they were part of the exchange program with a school out there. And after just, you all having some conversation, he's fully on board and convinced that everything is perfectly fine. She gives you no explanation on why she knows Swedish.
Yeah, I would like to pull her aside after that conversation.
I learned it from watching you.
Be like, what the fuck?
And Astrid,
So many of you spoken Swedish.
Astrid just kind of says, well, I saw you speaking Swedish for a while, and in the tubes we were having some learning programs. I told you it was all kind of coming back to me slowly, and I don't know, it might have just been some conditioning.
I'm going to take that on faith. I want to walk away.
Yep. So a week has passed, as stated, and you all are back in the high school. It's lunchtime now. The four of you are seated at a table, enjoying your lunch. What is everybody currently eating? Let's go ahead and set the scene here.
Let's see, BB's basically just stuck with whatever his sister gets him, so probably just like a bologna sandwich.
Bologna sandwich, some sliced American cheese, and some mustard. Anybody eating the cafeteria lunch?
I'll say Signa is, sure.
Ashley does not trust the cafeteria food here anymore.
Okay.
So I probably have ham and cheese with some little bit of turkeys and a little bag of chips, which she casually opens, takes apart the sandwich, and starts putting chips in the sandwich before putting the bread back on.
All right. So Signa and Astrid are on the school lunch program, and today
I don't take the dessert because Ashley has kept telling me not to eat the dessert.
there's an insistence to stay away from the dessert, which is unfortunate because it's peach cobbler day and it's delicious.
I love cobbler.
it's-
Swedes love cobblers.
It's sloppy joes and peach cobbler, but you are committed to listening to your friend, so you have chosen not to eat the delicious peach cobbler, which probably is a real shame. You all are at this table conversing like everything is perfectly normal, when the PA system goes off and you end up hearing, "This is an announcement from your principal."
This
and it
asshole.
goes quiet for a moment as everybody settles down, and
Get a cock of a gun hammer.
yep, there's a cock of a gun hammer, and then a loud blam, and everybody panics. No, and eventually another voice comes on, and it says, "Faculty and students, I am happy to announce that the Spring Formal Ball will be happening soon. Tickets will be going on sale very shortly."
Didn't we just start school?
Yes. Spring? I definitely meant homecoming. I don't know why I thought it was winter. That might be a different game. The
It's fine.
the homecoming dance is well underway. Get your tickets early and in advance before they sell out. And while homecoming is normally a couple of weeks and months after school officially starts up, it seems like they're getting a jump on it. And that's probably because, life here in Stillwater is largely uncertain because people are leaving in droves. Every month you hear about another family that's moved away to go somewhere else. And, they're just trying to give some normalcy to the high schoolers, and they're like, well, why don't we have a dance? And so they're like, well, let's do homecoming a little early. Yeah, that's a great idea. And so when it comes back on, he continues talking. He says, your student council has come together and decided that the theme this year is, and there's a drum roll, and it says, huh. And it's supposed to be an aside, but it sounds like he didn't take his finger off the buzzer. And he's like, you don't think this is a little inappropriate, all things considered?
Oh, please tell me it's Eyes Wide Shut. Please tell me it's Eyes Wide Shut.
And he goes, all right. Well, unfortunately, last year, the student council had decided that the homecoming theme would be Under the Sea.
Oh my god, no! You just said that, the BB goes to take a bite, you literally hear, oh!
I'm sure there's just like a collective throughout the kids. All of them was like,
No,
yeah,
like,
they
the
should have
people who
pulled another
weren't paying
boat.
attention before are suddenly like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is highly inappropriate. A lot of people died.
And I'm just sitting here
Like,
like,
a lot of people died.
Oh, God, she said it that loud, and I just imagine all the kids are. Everyone agrees, which is like, yeah, that fucking sucks. Bureaucracy at work.
Yeah. He holds for applause over the intercom, even if he can't hear it. But then he finally comes back and he's just like, I want to remind you, this decision was made by your student council. Any issues and complaints can be directed to them and not to my office. I am not responsible for this decision. However, if you would like to change this theme, you can take it up with your student council. They might be willing to listen and change.
Is it Tamara? Or Tamara?
Let's see. Would you like it to be Tamara? Or would we like to establish a new individual? Because it's great that Tamara is so involved in her community, but you could make more people too.
I would like her to be part of it, but maybe not like the head.
Okay.
Someone named Todd.
Someone named Todd. Fucking Todd.
Fucking Todd. All right.
Yeah, he makes all those shitty games.
fucking Kyle.
All right. So yeah. So you know that the student council, the student council president. I'll go ahead and make this up now. So the student council president is a senior, and his name is Todd Kennedy. The vice president is, of course, Tamara.
God damn it.
The treasurer, because for some reason they're always deemed important.
I was no, I wasn't the treasurer. I was someone else in my student government.
The treasurer is a kid by the name of Kyle.
Kyle Calhoun.
No.
Okay.
It's, Kyle. Somebody throw out another good last name. Kyle
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick. All right. Yeah. So, and you're like, shit. all right, we got to talk to the student. It's like we got to talk to the student council. It turns out that the student council has the same lunch period as you. Unfortunately, the student council are also the popular kids, which is why Tamara is part of them. And the popular kids have their own table. Their table is seated. It would be like if say this was the way the lunchroom is set up and the entrance is down here. Theirs is in the middle and all the way towards the back, so that they have a view of the entire cafeteria room. But it's like back up against like some raised parts, and it's got like a personal table there, and they've made it theirs because that's where, of course, the popular kids can look down upon all their minions and subjects. But they have like a nice window, and they have a rounded table where they can sit, and they just kind of sit in like a half circle so that they don't have their backs to the rabble, and they can just watch and make fun of everybody, as all popular kids
crazy
in the 90s
predatory.
do. Yeah, isn't it?
And Rachel is the secretary.
It is literally called Pride Rock. Somebody named Rachel is now the secretary.
So a little fun fact about me: I was in my student government not because I wanted to do anything, but because we got a private room to hang out in.
Alright, so there is somebody
It was
named...
pretty weird couches and a fridge. It was awesome.
Alright. Did my notes from last week not save? No, Simon Calhoun is still there.
I noticed that occasionally the sheets will eat the last thing you put in.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that the notes from last session didn't save, but the session 2 didn't save. So, the redhead was identified. She is Tamara's sister. And her name is Wilba Jobs. So I gotta make sure that that's in there. I can't think of any other notes that I had made, but I wanted to make sure that that got put back on. So Tamara Jobs, and this is going to be Rachel Brown. Rachel Brown is the secretary. Alright. So yeah, you see the four of them. They're sitting up at a table, and they are eating and talking and hanging out. But when the announcement of the student council being responsible for it, they kind of all just kind of leer down at the other students, down their noses at you all, and then just kind of continue eating.
I mean, I'm not talking to them.
There's some reluctant clapping.
Like, I'm not doing that. I am canonically a coward.
That's true. Play to your strengths. Just kidding.
Yeah, I can throw weird machines at them and do shit, but I don't know what that do. I can't build a robot to send to them. I don't know how to do that. It's on you, Ashley or BB.
No, Ashley is staring.
Okay. Ashley is staring.
As soon as BB sees that, he's like eating, but he tilts the sandwich up more to like cover his face up a little bit. Like, oh,
Yeah, I think
I
we
don't
all
want them
know,
to
like,
see
that's... If that looks in her eyes, we all kind of, like, go away a little bit, not get pulled in. So, what's your plan, Ashley?
You mean, am I going?
I meant, you have a death glare? I'm wondering, what's your plan with the death glare?
I've got bigger things to worry about.
You what?
I have bigger things to worry about.
Okay. I just want to keep death glaring at the table, or are we going to... Okay.
It's fine.
BB, you plan to go to the dance, or what's up with your
Yeah,
stuff?
I've never been a big dance person. I think the
Okay.
last one I went to, I just stood at the wall.
I mean, that my plan was to do that with you guys if we went.
But why don't you all want to dance? Isn't dancing fun?
You've seen me move my body before, right? I'm not good at it.
Well, I mean, I didn't think that was something you wanted everybody at the table to know.
I mean, they all know I'm not good at moving my body. Oh, God.
I saw it and I couldn't resist.
Oh, I hate him more now.
What even? Oh.
And it's
Ugh.
it's definitely the Marshall Mathers short and bleached blonde, and then he
No.
just slaps that on the back.
He makes the flames blue because that means they're hotter.
Yep.
For anyone listening in, our good friend Ren just posted a picture of Todd's hair, and it is fucking disgusting.
Fucking disgusting.
Or the best thing ever.
It is
your
it
call.
is the best thing ever. Your call. Here, I think that'll show up. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, there you go, chat. Todd's
There
hair.
you go. Enjoy this mess.
Enjoy,
It's
bless
terrible.
this
I hate
mess.
it.
Yeah, it's been decided. That's how Todd's hair looks. It's canon now.
Just leave that there on the screen.
Yeah, it's just what you get to see for the rest of the game. Is Todd's hair. So yeah, that's that. Hey, there's a dance.
Oh, my camera appears to be frozen.
Your camera does appear to be frozen.
Oh shit.
There we go.
So, are we gonna go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I was BB. You going to go? It's more of a question for everyone.
Max and if Sam and Max come to me and tell me we're playing it, then yes, absolutely, I will be there for sure.
Well, that's cool.
Aren't you the band leader?
Yeah.
Do you get paid for that, or do you just?
I believe they are paid in exposure.
No.
We're supposed to get paid for some gigs. I don't remember what happened the week before school started. Tamara says we didn't get paid, which means I'm guessing we were supposed to, but me just blacking out was never able to collect. I don't know.
I meant. Well, all right. Well,
No, the school would give us a little bit. It's not much, but
that's good. Have we discovered any other information about the missing kids or anything during our week?
Would you like to have a flashback where you did such a thing?
I don't know what I would do. I was more hoping that BB did some computer shit. BB, did you do some computer shit?
We've probably been like slowly poking away at a few things so it doesn't look too obvious what we're looking for after the camera got hacked, just printing out the list. You know, like the most recent one that left, and then maybe one like a month ago or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there hasn't actually been much that's happened in the week. It was a very normal week. You guys continued going to school, and nothing strange really happened over that week.
I think Ashley, while she was putting up posters, would try to pay attention to anyone who might have been trying to take them down.
Mm-hmm. They don't get taken down. Nothing strange or out of the ordinary happened during this week.
Alright. She would also try doing some scouting to see how the evacuation zone is.
And you find that you didn't get very far. Because nothing strange or out of the ordinary happened during this week. Okay.
So when's the dance? Is it the next week?
It would be in 2 weeks. But they're telling you to buy tickets now. Or if you want a petition to change the awful theme.
I mean, I'm not petitioning to change the theme because they're scary. But I guess we should get tickets. So I'm gonna go get tickets.
Yeah.
I guess.
So you find that they actually already have a little table set up, like school dances will do. They will put out a table for like the prom and the homecoming, because those are the two big important ones, where you can buy your tickets in advance. And you see that there are 2 students seated there at this table. A young African American male, dressed in a zip-up hoodie with like a checkered green and gray shirt, and then a Hispanic female, curly dark hair that goes down to her shoulders, and she's in like a plaid shirt with kind of like an overall look to it. Looks very rustic, maybe one of the farming families that lives nearby. But the 2 of them look up and they're like, "Oh hey, you here to buy some homecoming tickets?"
Yeah.
Great. How many can we put you down for?
So Signa's gonna cover hers and Astrid's because she didn't know. Yeah, she never got confirmation that she was buying for everyone, so she's gonna get hers and Astrid's.
And so
2.
2, fantastic. Well, I hope you and your date have a great time at the dance. And
It's not a date. She's not aware that she's speaking Swedish, but she is.
the boy kind of tilts his head and he's like, "Wow, I did not understand any of that. Do you want to try again?"
Was I not speaking English?
Nope.
Fuck me. I want to walk away.
He takes your money and he hands you your tickets, and you're just like, "Fuck me, I'm out," and you're gone.
Yeah, I'll sit down and I'll give a ticket to Astrid.
And Astrid looks at the ticket, looks back to Signa, and says, You know, in the movies we watched, I always see them be a little more romantic in asking if their partner wants to go to one of these dances."
I am going to roll and empathize check, I think it is, and try to figure out what exactly is going on with Astrid's brain in this situation.
Absolutely. All right. So that's
got one success.
So one success means you get to ask some questions. So of your list on page 80, what is her weak spot? How can I make her do something? What does she feel? What does she want? What will she do? Is she lying to me? You get 2 questions.
Yeah, I need to pull them up. I had the PDF pulled up, then apparently I closed that tab on my browser.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, it happens all the time. 81. I'm going to ask, what does she want? And what does she feel about, I guess, myself?
All right. So I think this is going to be very amusing. So trying to think how to word this, because it's like it's very obvious what she wants. But so what does she want? it looks like she was more hoping that you would ask her to the dance in a more formal way.
Mhm.
And how does she feel? It's that kind of feeling where it's like, I'm disappointed you didn't ask me, like in the movies that I saw and we watched together, but I'm also really glad that you actually bought them. So it's that kind of like, there was an expectation and she's not unhappy, it's just that it's disappointed that it wasn't the way she saw in the movie, like she brought up.
It does. Oh, I can't ask another question.
Yeah.
Can I ask a clarifying question about that? And if I'm pulling it too far, you can fucking put me down back in my place.
Why don't you let's leave it up to another roll then.
Okay, because there's definitely something I want to figure out.
Yeah. If you don't get any six. Oh, okay.
Sorry, wrong one. I clicked comprehend. Nope.
No,
Same
it's
amount of dice. No.
oh, you
Yeah,
rolled it.
more
You
dice,
rolled
but-
empathize.
I rolled comprehend, which is the wrong one.
Yeah. When you rolled the empathize. Oh, why did I see? Oh, okay. I see what's going on. I saw 2 successes on the empathize, but I guess I'm just being dyslexic. Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. So that's the reroll. I was gonna say if there were no successes, we'll just say no more questions to kind of clarify it. We can leave.
That's fine.
We can leave the confusion as part of being a teenager.
I'm gonna say that Signa has gotten a little more used to Astrid being around, and being a tall, gorgeous, fucking stranger in her life, and so now she's like, should I do something romantic? Like, is that something? It's like, why would I? She's a friend, and then she approaches questions she's not ready to ask herself and shies away from those. So she's considering not to do something a grand gesture somehow.
Yep. And so BB and Ashley, the two of you are still sitting here, and you've watched this exchange between the two of them. And they continue to sit in silence and stare at Signa fumble.
BB just finishing eating his sandwich, like, oh god.
Just a very slow sandwich.
I'm gonna glare at BB because I know he knows something I don't know.
Yep. And so I think with the awkward silence that follows, Signa's saving grace is the ring of the bell. Is the ring of the bell and the signaling of going to the next period class, which happens to be your robotics.
Ooh, that's me and BB, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
One sec. And yes, hello, Stefan, for popping in once again. Yeah, it is Simon Stalig's artwork, because this is Things from the Flood, which is a sequel to Tales from the Loop, both of which are based on Simon Stalenhag's work. He just had his new book release earlier this week, which I need to get my hands on. He's a really rad dude. He also, fun fact that we learned last week, Stefan, he also did the artwork, the cover art for No Man's Sky. So there you go. That's some more fantastic stuff. But yeah, Simon's really cool, and he works very closely with Free League Publishing, which are the guys who made the rule set for this game, and they constantly promote his stuff along with this game, and this game is just a blast to play. So it is the Ring of the Bell and your robotics class. Did we go over the name of the teacher for the robotics class?
I
don't
don't
think we did.
believe so.
All right, let's give this this wonderful gentleman a name. So your robotics teacher, let's see here. Name generator. Well, that's not super helpful. Actually, kind of is. Alright. No, I don't like that one. Not helpful. Got all these random base ass name generators. Just wanna. Here we go. It might be. Let's make it male.
Oh, apparently he also did some work for Cyberpunk.
Oh, did he? Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, that's not working the way I want it to. Fake name generator. Generate names that aren't real.
Franklin Ashbury.
Franklin Ashbury. Alright. So, your new teacher, the robotics teacher, is named Franklin Ashbury. I have to clean these notes up in a minute. Ashbury. Adults. Robotics teacher. Alright. So, Franklin Ashbury is an English gentleman who moved to the States to teach robotics. While being a high school teacher, he dresses in the sense of like being an Oxford professor, where he has the tweed jacket with the leather patches, and he tries to be the cool teacher. But he has like fiery orange hair and a thick mustache, and kind of not quite as long as like a Nigel Thornberry nose, but now that I keep describing him, that's kind of the image I'm getting.
I like him already.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. He would look like what Nigel Thornberry would look like if he was a real person. So a short reddish hair, a thick orange mustache, a hooked nose that's probably a little bit too big for his face, but he has a passion for robotics. And as the two of you are sitting in this lab, there is a robot set on each of the tables around all of the students, and you see that this robot is different from the one your dad was tweaking with Cigna. This is more like a this is another self-balancing robot, so it has minor AI, and it is basically a sphere shape. And you see that there's like the schematics are up on the board on a slide projector, and if it was operational, it would extend little like spider legs out from its body that can retract into the little ball, and it's got a central eye fixture, and it has a very harmless, in quotes, service laser, and it also has like a mechanical arm that can extend, and it was primarily used by the Loop to do maintenance work out in the field. And it could be remotely operated by handlers from vehicles, and they could get into the tighter spaces. But you have one seated on the table. It's deactivated, and the chassis is opened up, and Mr. Ashbury says, "All right, children, today we are going to take a look inside and find out what is wrong with the motherboard and the behavioral modification chips within the iBot robot X-472. Who would like to make the first dive inside?"
Will this be a software check or a tinker's check?
This will be actually,
Program check, I should say.
I will leave it up to you guys. Since both you and BB are there, I will leave it up to you. You guys, it's a, not a trial and error, but you're free to play with it and figure it out before he gives you the answer. So he's just like, who wants to take a try to figure out what's wrong with it?
I mean, Cigna will try. She's trying to learn how robots work.
Yeah. So what that'll largely mean is whatever you want to try, and I will definitely allow 3 successes in Tinker.
Oh boy.
In the book, Tinker gives you stuff for making things, but I'm gonna flip this like we have been doing, just for the audience's sake of knowing what's about to happen. This is going to be treated as more of an information gathering one for you as well. BB, did you want to roll anything before I start going?
I think while Signal's looking at like all the hardware, he'd probably look at like any of the onboard computer stuff with program. See if we can figure out if there's any problems with the programs, any of the executable files, stuff like that.
Go for it. Wow, guys.
This robot is now bonded to you.
Just wow. All right, so why can't you guys roll like that when there's trouble?
I don't know.
We're not under pressure.
This game doesn't like me very much. I roll good once, and then I don't roll good for like fucking 20 rolls.
All right,
wasting it all today.
So for both of you, actually, I think there are bonus effects that are coming to this. I gotta make sure the program one doesn't jump to the wrong page. 77 goes, it scrolls down. So with your bonus effects for program, so that just gives more charges. So both of these are going to work the same way. So I'm going to tell you guys what ends up happening here. Because of the successes, I'm going to shift the problem that I was going to have be part of this over to some other person and not your guys' robot. But you guys open this robot up, and digging both on the hardware and software, you're working together really well. And you see basically what ended up happening to this robot is there's truthfully nothing wrong with it. It looks like somebody had gone in, and it's quick to see that it wasn't deliberate sabotage, but it was purposely tampered with for training purposes. There is a bad servo on the inside that was causing power to not go to the behavior capacitors within the robot, which would have made it go haywire if it had started up on its own. And BB, when you're looking at its programming stuff, you see that its main purpose, you dig into like its old log files, and you see that its purpose was for cleaning out these service tubes that exhausted a lot of like the steam from the cooling towers and stuff. But it also has a couple of observation logs, and when you start looking through this backlog, you find a file that hadn't been wiped from its memory, and the file is dated back 5 years ago, around Halloween time. And what it ends up revealing to you when you're watching it is, and I want to say that basically you pull this like screen up, and it's you and Cigna who are looking at it, and you see that this drone had been perched somewhere a distance away, but you end up seeing there are 4 kids who are moving through a field talking to each other. There's a tall, more husky-looking gentleman with short, dark hair, glasses, He's holding a data pad. There is a shorter Asian girl with pigtails who also has a data pad. There are two other kids with them, both boys. One has long blonde hair tied back into a tail, and then a Hispanic boy with short hair. And they're holding data pads, and the two other boys each are carrying baseball bats. And as they're moving through this field, there's no audio to it, but it's watching them move through this field, and then all of a sudden the girl stops and points at the data pad as a robot drops down from the trees behind them, and the kids look like they panic for a second. The two raise their bats and try and charge at the robot, and the huskier individual who is holding the data pad pushes a button and it explodes, and then the feed cuts.
Well, shit.
Holy hell.
That's a little intense.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Well,
Were the
hope
adults wearing anything familiar?
Oh, these weren't adults.
Or the huskier one and the lady that had the data pads? Like any old lab coats to, say the Loop or something.
No,
As he would be familiar with that.
There weren't any weird identifiers like that on there. Actually, strike that, reverse it. They don't have like lab coats on, but as you go back through the file, because now that we've played Cyberpunk 2077, I like the way braindance mechanics work. you hit the reverse button and you scroll, and you what is it? NCU, zoom in, enhance. And so you start messing with stuff because you got 3 successes in a program. So of course you can fucking do this. You start, going forensic mode on this. And as you are sweeping through the footage, you see that each of them actually has like a little armband on. And the armbands say, it has the Rick Synergy, which is the name of the joint loop foundation between America and Sweden. Rick Synergy. It says Rick Synergy Loop, and it says Robotics Division. And then underneath Robotics Division, in like bright, or in a different color stitching that makes it stand out, each of the armbands says intern.
so a bunch of kids just fucking around, got some cool toys and trying them out.
Seems like it.
Well, I hope they're okay.
But it's also kind of creepily familiar.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting some deja vu, yeah.
Well, that robot thing that Ashley talks about?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, how they were trying to stop said killer robot when that got out was they had, they were using, remote controls and things to see if they could shut it down. So I'm not sure if this was just regular robot testing for that. It could have been all sorts of things.
Well, that was 5 years ago, so we can't help.
Can't help them now.
No, they're either dead or not. That's what I've learned.
Even worse, couldn't see their names, just they were all interns, which doesn't make it any better, because if they're dead, they didn't get paid for it either.
Yeah, dying really sucks when you don't get paid for it. That's what sucks about dying.
Well, You know what I mean.
I know you mean. I'm just giving you a hard time. All right. I want to press some buttons and try to turn this thing on after we've gone through it.
You sure you want to do that?
I mean,
It was designed to not work because, well, at least from the look, it looks like whatever it was messed with was done on purpose, so it wouldn't work.
Can I like connect it to a computer so I have full control over it? With BB's help, of course.
I think we would hand it over to see if it could.
Run the question by me one more time.
Can I try to connect it to like a computer so I have full control over it, so it does what I say?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, with 3 successes between you guys, you can basically do whatever you want.
I think BB would take like the diagnostic computer and basically give it to him for like basic command prompts and stuff.
I will close everything up, make sure like there's no moving parts, like interior parts exposed. I'll press a button and have it like. Does it have legs? Or is it just that like a ball? I missed.
It's got like extendable spider legs, I think.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have it stand up and do a little dance. The legs like.
Yep. And it does. The robot responds surprisingly well once you two get it up and running, and it does a little jig, and it gyrates, and after a moment, the little like servo arm comes out, and it just does the crab rave for you for a minute before it becomes a cool thing to have and to know. But it just crab raves for you for a moment. And Mr. Ashburn looks over to your table and he says, "Ah, very good. I'm so impressed by your abilities."
Well, we did it together, and I pat BB's shoulders. The power of friendship and science.
He says, "Yes, science." Is there anything else you all wanted to do with the robot while you have them?
I want to gloat a little bit with the robot running around the room.
And while it's doing its laps, BB looks over and goes, "We can't tell Ashley."
Oh no, absolutely not. But I just want to gloat about it. Just running around the room. This is fun.
Oh man, I haven't seen cool stuff like this in a long time.
Yeah, that's as a kid. I see them all the time. My dad worked at the Loop on stuff like this all the time, so I got to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got to see those. I got to see cool robots a lot.
Mine dealt with like little of this, little of that.
My mother was more like theoretical stuff, so a lot of her work was kind of boring as a kid.
But, I mean, boring is relative to kids that have parents in the loop, so.
True, but like it was math, like a lot of math, like a lot of really weird, complicated math.
It was like 4 or 5 chalkboards for one equation math.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that would have been so cool to look at.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure I would appreciate it now a little bit more, but I was like, like a kid.
Well, yeah. Trying to be a normal kid and that doesn't work out well.
Yeah, especially if you're an immigrant taken away from your country and your first language.
Yeah, that's like exponentially more awkward.
Yeah, it's real weird. What do you think I'm like this? In Sweden, in Swedish, I'm very smart and erudite.
He like does a thing where he puts his finger up to say something. He's like, eh.
You don't speak Swedish. You don't know fuck what I'm like in Swedish.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Not that I don't want to learn. It's a couple languages I want to know.
If you ever want to practice Swedish, I guess you can practice on me. As painful as it'll be to hear your clumsy American mouths handle my language.
As long as you teach me the swears first, I think we'll be
okay. Absolutely. I haven't written down for when you guys
like,
asked.
Those are the best ones to learn.
If you've ever learned language from someone who's not like a professional teacher, first thing you learn, Spross is gone. First thing you learn is the swears. So, if you guys want to know French swears, me, the person, knows them.
Me, I shall teach you. Yes.
Hello, fuck you.
Yeah. It's you say hello and then how to say fuck you.
Bonjour. Suck
To-
my
uh,
balls.
Yeah. Bonjour, tabanakasti.
Instantly get punched.
Just
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you'd be just like, yes, I can check that off the list.
So, what do you think Ashley's plan is for, the thing at the place, the person?
Oh, I'm sure she's going to try to just charge in there, look for them, and hit at least one person that tries to stop her, if not multiple people.
That seems like a terrible idea. Are we helping her with that? I don't want to help her with that, but I want to help
It's
her with that.
absolutely terrible, but she's, they put her in a corner. There's nothing she can do about it.
I know, but I died. I almost died last time. I mean, I look around, make sure no one heard that I almost died.
There's just like one random look for us from another student, but then they just go back to what they were doing.
Well, the moment the
Yeah.
kid looks over to him, you see BB press a button on the keypad, and then the robot starts spinning in little circles to get his attention.
Look at it go! Anyways, so that almost happened to me.
Oh, I know. I almost died a couple of years ago. The city has a wild time. But I don't know how we can get her to not throw herself into that.
I just want to say that I don't want to glaze over that, but we have other things to deal with, so we should talk about that and make sure you're okay. Later, though, because our other friend might do something pretty stupid.
This is Stillwater. No one's okay.
I mean, I'm doing pretty good right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, compared to back then, so am I. So I'm way better than I was.
You almost died. They could do it infinitely better. You're not dying. It's currently dying right now, so you're doing great.
Yeah, we got and these that hand on the back of his head thing. We really have to figure out something to help her without just watching her jump into the lion's den.
I mean, how big's the robot we have right now? Oh, we can't take this robot. Never mind.
No, you can't keep this robot. It's
But
not,
we can't
it's
keep
not
it
very
now.
big. It's the size of a small dog.
Okay. Well, I have a tiny. If you want to help, since you guys help me with this, I do have a tiny little robot that I'm trying to get working again. We could maybe get that working and have that walk around.
Oh, hey, that'd be nice, a little recon thing.
Yeah, we got I can't get. I've needed to work for months though, so some help would be appreciated.
Oh yeah, I can help take care of all the programming and all the technical
Yeah, I
stuff
think
on
that's
that end.
I think that's where I'm hitting a wall with.
Yeah,
I
no problem.
don't get code. I don't understand code very well.
Oh yeah, no problem. I can look at that. My mom was the one that got that when they were working there, so she helped me learn a lot of that.
Oh, my dad taught me how to do all this stuff. Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can look at that after school.
Cool. And we'll bring up to Ashley that we might have a way to get in without sending people. And keep Astrid away from there because that's bad.
So we'll put you in the no-go room. What's that? It's just your bedroom, but we're locking the door.
Yeah. Well, she shares my bedroom, so that's a little weird.
Yep, that just happened, BB.
You just see him, he's smiling, and it's a genuine little smile, yeah.
And narrow my eyes at him and be just stare at him for a while. I don't understand. Whenever I talk about Astrid, you always get like this.
I can't imagine why. It's weird.
I can't either. I don't get it.
We're gonna have a talk sometime this week about that before it gets really awkward.
I don't know what you mean. It's been fine between me and her. All right.
Oh yeah, no, I don't doubt that.
I was a little weird around her at first, but she might be a weird. I can't. I look around and be like, all right. So it's kind of strange and a little freaky, but it's fine. It's all fine. It's great. You're confusing.
Takes out a little pad of paper. Tell me more about this. just totally joking around, but he does the thing where
You're-
holds his
you're
glasses
equal-
down
you're
to the end of his
equally-
nose.
Tell me
You're
more
as
about what you
equally
think
weird.
about her.
You're as equally weird and messed up as I am. I'm not taking psychological advice from you, BB.
Well, I mean, look, we don't have the couch, but everything else is here, and he just let the glasses down to the very tip of his nose. Tell me about your childhood, like the worst accent you could ever imagine. Just laughs
Yeah,
to
no, I'm
close.
not. Look, I've had German therapists. All right, I'm not going back.
I don't blame you. They always sound mad.
They always sound mad. They always sound mad, and they're not. I know a bunch of lovely Germans. They're really, really nice, but no, they always sound mad. I got nothing else to talk about. At this point, I'm riffing.
Yeah, and so you guys basically finish up class like that. You're playing with the robot, making sure everything works, and we'll pause here, rewind, and we'll cut to Ashley's class. Ashley, what class are you taking while they're in robotics?
Uh, probably, probably something technical. Let me. I can't think of like big fancy names right now.
Okay, just make a basic class.
Um.
English, math, science, social studies, civics.
Let's go with that. Math.
Math. All right, everybody has a bathrobe and their own personal tubs filled with bubbles.
Yes.
All right, so you're in math class. What kind of math are you taking? How smart is Ashley?
She's pretty smart. She's just not as focused.
All right, so we're in math class then, since I didn't get an answer. You guys are sitting in math class, and Ashley, you're not the only.
Calculus, I think.
Alrighty, so it's calculus class then. A bit advanced for a 16-year-old class, but it's where you are now because you are a child of the Loop Foundation. It's well within reason for this town to be having advanced and exceptional students. So you are not the only one in this calculus class. Of course, it is a full class, but you also find that Astrid is there because while pretending to be an exchange student, she still has to take classes. And she is sitting next to you, and she is eyes forward, watching the teacher start putting up problems. And even though she's looking forward, she kind of like starts whispering to you, and she says, "So, what's the deal with Signa? Why is she always acting so weird around me?"
I'm like doodling in the corners of my notes page or problems page. How do I explain this?
Usually with words.
Yes, you're always so literal. Okay, you know how, like, You know how you like being around her?
I do, very much so.
She also likes being around you. But it also scares her.
Why is she afraid of me?
She's not afraid of you.
Is it because I came out of a tube?
No, it's because she is figuring out what she would like in a companion.
Oh. Well, aren't we all her companion?
She's attracted to you.
Ah, I see. That would explain all of that nervousness.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was kinda a lot like that too. Sometimes. But I was also
You seem to be very sexually liberated, though.
I've had a lot of experiences.
Which is also strange because you are a teenage girl in high school. But I hear this is the time for experimenting.
I definitely experimented.
I will take this into consideration. She is not afraid of me because I am dangerous. That is good to know.
Are you dangerous?
Potentially. I know 50 forms of kung fu, and then she makes playful chopping motions at you. I watched all of Bruce Lee's works over the last week.
Really?
No, just 2 or 3. That's close enough, right?
Do you think you can do that truck kick he does? Where he knocks someone across the room by kicking them?
I could attempt to emulate it.
I like continue. I start like doodling, like a little, little kung fu people on the sides. Where my math problems are like on one side, but I'm just like drawing as I'm talking and listening. So I don't think she's quite figured herself out yet.
I don't think anybody has themselves figured out at this point.
You know what? That's fair.
It's all part of growing up.
You're strangely wise.
I'm sure that's just the mental conditioning.
You keep saying mental conditioning. What else has come back to you?
Not a whole lot. I am just making assumptions based on your reactions to what I say.
Kind of sound like you're talking a little differently too.
Am I? How so?
More methodical.
Should I not sound this way?
No, it's not like it's not like bad to sound anyway. It's nothing. I'm just being dumb.
Well, alright. I will take that into consideration.
Sounds very, yes, methodical. So, do you need any help on your problems?
Oh no, I have already solved all of the coursework for the next 2 days. And she hands over. And there's like 200 problems on there that needed to be done by the end of the week.
Huh. How neat is this handwriting?
Incredibly.
I, at this point, need to do an empathize roll.
Mm-hmm.
Seems normal. Wait. Yeah, seems normal.
Yep. So yeah, you're not able to really pick anything out of this. It's definitely weird, but to be fair, you have been doodling while this class has been going on for nearly 45 minutes.
That's true.
It is a little fast though, but you just kind of write it off to you weren't paying attention in class while she was working.
Yeah, I slide it back over. That's impressive.
Well, I try not to make myself stand out too much. If I do not do homework, they will start asking questions about why I'm here.
You're very quick to pick up on everything. I feel like it doesn't seem like there's anything you can't do.
Well, there is one thing. I can't seem to figure out Cigna. Haha.
Yeah, I can't. No. I think we understand others a little bit better than ourselves, maybe?
Sorry, what? Speak up, I didn't hear you.
I think we understand some others better than ourselves, maybe?
Oh, yes, very possible.
She's focused on trying to get used to you, which she seems to be alright with, but also the attraction thing.
Right. You said that she is feeling strongly attracted towards me.
That's my read on it anyway. That's how I felt when I spoke to her last week after the dodgeball. Anyway.
I will keep that in mind.
But what about you? What do you want from her? What do you want out of being close to her?
I am unsure. I am still trying to figure all of this out myself.
That's not too different then. I guess you kind of know how she feels then.
This is true. And she more or less invited me to the dance, so that is something.
How'd that go?
Awkwardly.
No, that's normal.
I will just have to take your word for it. It seemed very easy for them in the movies.
That's because they're actors. Or they're just really smooth.
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, she deserves someone good.
I have to agree.
I don't really have much luck.
So the two of you go back to watching the math problems be done, and the bell rings for the last period to end, and you all find yourselves leaving the schoolyard together, walking, scootering. But is there anywhere in particular you all want to head after school? A hangout spot, a place to unwind, somebody's house to do homework, jobs maybe?
If it's been a week,
It has, in fact, still been a week.
I need to get back and see if I can try and get my friend out, I think.
I think BB and Cigna would have told her about their plan they had. Maybe go meet at Cigna's to check out the robot.
Yeah.
It's like, look, we know the R word is very not great, but we might have a way to get in there without putting any of us at risk.
All right. So, do we want to move the scene to Cigna's?
Sure.
Is that good with everybody?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So the scene transitions once school has ended, and the camera pans with you all in the garage where your father was storing the robot. And so we see.
No, my little robot in my room. Like
Oh.
a little Roomba with legs.
Sorry, I thought it was the one your dad was working on.
No.
So strike that. You are all in your room, and you've got like a little tarp down, and then you have the little robot out. And the four of you are gathered around. Astrid is seated cross-legged on your bed near the pillows, watching everybody, while the three of you gather around this robot.
This is it.
What is this?
I have not been able
What's
to
it
get
look
it to
like?
work. What was that, Jay?
What's this look like?
If you imagine a Roomba with legs, it's a little circular robot with four like spider-like legs.
Like a crabby boy.
Yeah, it looks like a robot crabbish kind of thing. She doesn't know what it was for. She just found it in a scrapyard and has been trying to fix it. And she's gotten like all the bits, like mechanically it's sound, but she can't quite get it to turn on.
And BB's probably doing that thing where he's giving it the slow, and he's like looking in the side, the bottom, just seeing what there is to work with.
Yeah, so I can't figure it out. I don't know how this works.
You want to send a robot in there and do what exactly?
Look around, see, have a thing that if it gets destroyed, we don't die, and have it go in and try to find your friend or somewhere that she might be, so we have a plan instead of just walking around.
And since they basically just took the loop over, they're gonna think it's just maybe some little robot someone's messing around with.
Yeah.
It's less conspicuous.
If we cover our tracks well enough, they won't be able to find it. Like, my name isn't on this thing. Like, no one's name's on it.
We're not saying we're not going back in, but we could do this first as a safer method, and if we need to, then we can go in. Or like if we find her, then we know where to go, so we're not spending half an hour wandering around.
Okay, I'll leave it to you.
All right.
But
I'd
I'd like to
leave it to
I'd like to get
to
this
BB.
on a roll because I'm gonna have to go to because we're gonna have to go to a dance in a couple weeks.
Oh, let's get it done before the dance, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Once I can get into this thing, I can see if it's just maybe there's, like if it's got a faulty processor or something, you can replace that. It's easy. They're all over the place. Maybe just the programming's not working right. There's a code wrong in it or something.
yeah, I don't know. Again, it's made out of scavenged parts, so.
Yeah, I could take a look at it. You have a diagnostic here? Probably would be in the
Probably does.
garage.
Yeah, probably in the garage.
Alright, cool.
Alright, let's go get it.
I'll bring them out. While BB's doing that, I want to go into the shed, and I can make a tinker roll, but I want to make a certain thing. But I want to keep it. It's nothing huge. I'm not building a gun, but I want to build something.
A
Certainly.
super gun.
Yeah, let's break down the tinker and what you're trying to make.
Sure, I'm gonna roll a tinker and hopefully get. Yeah.
All right, so you have one success.
So it's nothing really big, but since Astrid was a little disappointed in my asking her to dance, that's the only thing she's been able to think about. So she goes in their shed and essentially would just get a bunch of, like, essentially Christmas lights as she has to, and make a little sign that just says "homecoming" with a question mark. That's gonna try to sneak it into her room so she can turn it on when Ashton comes in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the breakdown is basically I would tell you what you would need in order to build the something. Some examples of the requirements are a certain item, possibly calculate, possibly comprehend, possibly program, a lot of time, or tools. I would say you went into the garage or wherever you're working, so you have a certain item and you have the tools. You just rolled the trouble, so it is a success. And so I think what I will ask from you in addition to this is going to be a charm heart roll, and this is going to give you a +1.
+1. Okay, I'll roll the charm heart. 1 success.
All right.
And that's it. 1 success.
All right. So, so with the charm heart, I will go ahead and just make this decision, this choice for you, and it will be which one is it? Ha 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 ha. You can have one of 2 options. She's infatuated with you, or you have formed a lasting relationship. I think it'll be the former more than the latter.
Yeah, I would say infatuation is fine
Okay.
for now.
Yeah, and so that'll be there, and we'll say that she finds it later on. So we've got that worked out.
Yeah, it's above the bed, and like it's off right now, so it kind of just looks like a bunch of Christmas lights, kind of just up there for some reason.
And did you say you had it rigged so that it would turn on the light switch?
I will turn it on. My hopefully my plan is to be in the room when she comes in, turns it on. It's like ta-da!
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll handle that when you guys get to that scene then. So yeah, you carefully get that set up. And what was the plan for the rest of you? What was going forward from here?
BB's going to try to run a diagnostic on the thing to see if we can figure out why it's not working.
Do I happen to see the more humanoid robot when we walk into the garage?
That's a great question.
I would leave that up to you because that's Cigna's dad's thing. That's not Cigna's thing.
That's fair.
If it's-
So I would say then, yes, it's seated up on a workbench table. It's sitting in a seated position, like it's a ventriloquist dummy, like left on a chair. So it's sitting there. Its arms are out, and like the front chassis is open on its chest. And
It's some 5 Nights at Freddy energy right there. Jesus.
yeah, right. So the way this robot looks is it's probably only like 4'5". It has that like appearance of one of the big boy signs, but it has oh god, I forget his name now. The outfit that immediately comes to mind is the guy from Lazy Town. The We Are Number One guy. Is it?
Oh, Robbie Rotten.
Is it Robbie Rotten? Yeah.
Robbie
So he has like
Rotten.
the Robbie Rotten suspenders, where it's like the blue and red striped, but instead of going all the way up and making like a vest, it's pants suspenders, and they go up and around, and then it's the blue as a shirt, and then it has the same kind of like extended chin, and its pompadour hair goes out much farther, kind of like the old big boy one. So it's like, instead of it being short and managed, it's much more exaggerated and elongated out. And its mouth is a blank screen where you would see its mouth. If it was working, it would be animated, and it would visualize the words and stuff when it starts talking, but it's currently off, so it has no mouth, and it looks more like it's just open, like an open mouth.
An open rectangle.
Yep.
So I probably, when we go to get the tools, I probably like round the corner and then just like Kusel, and probably knock over a few tools. just like freak out.
Oh, shit. I will cover it with the tarp and be like, yeah, that's my dad's. Well, he found it. I guess it is kind of creepy when I look at it.
Is it function?
No,
Okay.
not that I'm aware of.
I just like kneel down and pick up a bunch of the tools that I had knocked over, and I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry, I forgot that he was in here.
It's like I'm already walking up the stairs, but I think like I'm like just like there's just been like a rapid like blood draining from the face.
So like that music of like just
Shit.
oh man.
Yeah, I forgot about that robot.
Miss Ashley is walking back in, trying to catch her breath. She walks back into the kitchen area, and Astrid is just standing there, and she's like, "You look like you've been startled."
Yeah.
She kind of like pokes her head past you and looks into the garage. There's nothing strange in there. It's just a robot.
I have just bad memories.
All right then. And she just kind of walks past you.
Cold-hearted, Jesus Christ.
Back upstairs. And just carry
And-
the tools that they need.
Yep. And when she walks into the garage where BB and Signa are, she goes, "Sup, dudes?" and holds out a hand.
Hey.
Signa freezes and carries her all her shit to the shed.
She kind of looks
Oh.
to BB and is like, "So, like, what's her malfunction?"
Wow, you're getting the lingo down pretty well. That's awesome.
I was told I was sounding too methodical, so I was doing my best.
I mean, it fits right in, so that's neat. I have no idea. She started working on something, and she's just been kind of busying with that all the time. Maybe she's gonna make some cool, like, gun. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Small guns, it's fine.
You could probably build a zip gun, honestly.
Oh man, like a grappling gun. That'd be cool, like Batman.
Oh, a zip gun. It's a gun that's powered by like springs, and it can kill people.
Well, I mean, but you could have a grappling gun. Why would you want that?
Grappling gun.
Anyone can kill somebody, but no one can shoot off until the top of a building and zip away looking badass.
If you get a good enough shot to the head, I'm sure a grappling gun could take someone down.
Oh yeah, at the very least, you shoot it behind them, pull the grapple back, it pulls them off what they're standing on.
Signa's not there. She's in a shed.
It's true.
Well, I guess whatever it is she's working on, she wants to keep it secret, which is fine. Maybe it's a surprise for me, or Ashley,
Understandable.
or you.
A surprise. Interesting. Well, if you are insistent on going back to the Loot Foundation, please don't be offended if I choose to stay behind.
Oh no, I don't think we'd want you to go just because we know if they see you, they might try to get you.
Of course.
We'd rather you be here safe and everything.
Good. We're in agreement. I wouldn't want you to be offended if I wasn't there in case something bad happened.
Yeah, that's kind of why we want to get this thing working. And he's kind of like, he's got it where is it all hooked up to the diagnostic computer. Because if we can send this in, that's even less chance we might get hurt or anything. So I'm not sure how technical you are. I know that mechanically, from what Signa said, you can at least figure stuff out, right?
Oh, she told you about that. Now you have to die. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no, not again. Repressed memories activate.
Mm-mm. Hmm. Well, I just did a bit of dabbling. It wasn't really anything too invasive or destructive. I was just trying to fix some parts.
Okay. I have to see why this isn't working, because if it's all working mechanically, it's an internal, like, program error or something.
Mm-hmm. I would suggest you all be very careful and make sure that you are not captured, because if you are captured, then I will never see you all again. It would make me very sad.
Jesus.
It's
Well, I
almost like
hadn't
kids
thought
are
of
going
that.
missing.
He's like, I hadn't really tried to think on that too much. We'll definitely put that on the top of the priority list.
I would hope so.
Because I don't think any of us would like that to happen, so,
And as the awkwardness of this conversation fades away, the sound of the commercials start to come in, and it's about time for us to take our break. Break time, brought to you by Crafta Corporation.
No.
Yay.
Crafta, for all your Crafta needs. Buy Crafta today.
Crafter,
Crafta.
for all your bullshit. Fuck you, Crafter.
Crafta, we'll steal your kids.
I'll be right back.
They will. Maybe, we don't know, but we're pretty sure.
Well, they do
Oh,
something
oh,
with
oh.
them.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back in just a little bit.
Alright, people, don't do weird shit to kids, I guess is our message.
My brain is like struggling to put words together. I'm berating myself for being a bad job.
Oh, I got really sleepy when we got home. I got really sleepy when we got home. My brain doesn't want shit. Get up! My stomach was like that when I got home. I ran to the bathroom first. I was like, your phone, get rid of it.
Vampire fence. I still got some. I'm jealous of your sister and girlfriend's beard. It was like, damn, that's a really nice beard.
I asked her about it too, and she's just like, I keep shaving. You should, get some more chocolates and get rid of that.
That's what I was like, you emphasize the point that it's girlfriend. And I was
Yeah.
like, and I almost slipped, and I was like, no, girlfriend. And it was like, beard. Okay, just don't mention the beard.
Yeah, it's like, and we were showing pictures from our phones too, and she had a picture of herself, without the mirror, and she looks cute, and but it's very much she seems like she seems a bit apathetic of the situation as far as the transitioning goes.
Just gonna slowly get there.
Yeah. She's also like very
You feeling okay, by the way?
what's wrong?
Your eyes have just gotten darker.
Oh, that's probably because my makeup ran a little bit.
Oh, okay. It's all the way along the nose and around.
It's probably my eyeliner that just ran a little bit.
Yeah, I do see the eyeliner on now that you mentioned it. I was like, they usually look pretty dark. It's not that dark. I know where he's at.
we weren't muted.
Oh no, they heard everything.
Yeah. I was muted. I was eating ice cream.
No, we actually weren't muted. So, hey, that's fun.
What?
Oh, you guys weren't?
No, I thought I muted us.
I heard everything.
Well, I didn't hear anything, so my headphones are off because I was eating ice cream. So I was
Everything.
I was like, well, hey, there were some candid conversations. That's
Couldn't hear you. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Were you actually here the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, almost. Yeah. I took the headphones off, went down to get some, came back, and I've been sitting here the whole time.
Okay.
Oh, my dog's here, by the way.
Dog. Hold on.
Yeah, there he is.
Hold on, let me take the be right back off so the audience can see dog.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the
Hold
wolf.
Dorg.
Oh.
His name is Rufus. He's a good boy.
Ah, Wolfess. He's like, I heard my name. Hello.
Hey, I'm on
Hey,
camera.
buddy.
Human, acknowledge me. What a good
My dog.
He's like, play.
He wants my
Good
attention
dog.
right now.
Yeah. He heard his name. He was like, this is the dog tax.
Is he chewing on your wrist?
For a bit, he does that sometimes.
Yeah. When I had my dog, he would do that too. He's just like,
Good boy.
I love you.
My handsome doggo. He's like, hey.
He's a boxer, so he hits things.
Oh, I have a boxer too. So yes, they get very physical when you ignore them.
Yeah.
It's like, don't stop.
Good boy. Who's a good boy? You are. Anyways.
And who's that person behind you in the hallway? That's a joke.
Oh, that's the ghost. Don't worry about her.
Have you ever seen those memes though of the people with like the facial recognition things, and it's like they're over here and it's like such and such age 22, and then there's just the shadow in the background and it just has question marks and it's like, oh, they're dead.
Age 375.
Well, that's Satan.
It's like, congratulations, that person died.
Oof.
Anyways, speaking of people dying, where would we like to jump to our next scene?
Well,
So
I
we're
have
all
a-
dead.
I have a homecoming invitation to give out.
Do you want to handle that before you all head anywhere else?
I think it would happen before we head anywhere else.
All right.
First,
So, tell me how we set this up then.
So Signa is going to kind of wait for Aster to be distracted after she's finished her sign, and like have it like covered in a tarp and like try to like very carefully get it inside.
Do you recruit anybody to help you?
No, she does not because she's.
All right, that was the answer I was hoping you'd give me. All
Absolutely.
right, so I want you to give me a sneak body roll to try and get this inside without anybody else noticing. I love it. I love it because I know the second that these rolls are going to be important.
Oh god.
I have
three.
You
I have
only
three dice
have
in that.
3.
I got 6 in every dice.
I
If that's
know.
not a critical success, I don't know what is.
I know that
die.
the moment that you need to have these rolls in a life or death situation, it's just okay.
This is the I'm gonna get that robot working just fine roll day, and then the next session we're all fucking impaled on spikes day because none of us could dodge out of something.
Mm-hmm. So with the bonus effects, you can give 1 success to another teen acting at the same time, or a +1 bonus die to a later roll related to this one. So you can bank 2 extra rolls for something that's related to what you're doing right now, which I would say would tie to your plan of the invitation. So if you want to bank 2 die rolls for anything related to this invitation, you also can find something unexpected or more of what you were looking for. You can spend 1 bonus die to bank or find something unexpected or more of what you were looking for, whatever that might be.
I guess I'll bank, so I can bank. I can have 2 bonus dice right now.
You can bank 2 bonus die, or you can spend 1 on the other option.
I will bank 1 dice and spend 1 to find more of what I'm looking for, which I don't know what that would be.
You want to do something unexpected then?
Sure, so it's been unexpected.
Okay. You make your
Oh,
way. You make your way upstairs, and you have successfully snuck past the others.
Mhm.
Ashley and BB are busy talking with Astrid about something, maybe a movie. But you left them in the kitchen, and you used like the living room sliding door to circumvent going through that room, and you get upstairs. And as you're going upstairs, you get into the guest room where Astrid is staying, and when you move to set this this sign up, you end up noticing that there is something out of the ordinary in a partially closed drawer.
I will put the sign up, and a part of me is like, "Don't look, don't look." Open the drawer.
Yep, and you open the drawer, and you end up seeing that you recognize some parts from the robotics lab of the high school.
Okay.
There are a couple of tools, and maybe like some spark plugs and a partially dismantled circuit board that's in this drawer.
Okay. I'm leaning towards robot, that she's a robot. But I'll put it back.
Yep. And so you slide that drawer closed, and you get this sign set up.
And then I'll hide in the room and wait for Astrid to come in, I guess.
Okay. And so probably you're there for like 5 minutes, and then you finally hear from downstairs, "Hold on, there's something I need to get from my room." And so she starts making her way up the stairs, and she kind of looks around and makes her way into the bedroom. And when she steps in,
Click the button.
you click the button, and the sign illuminates. And what does it look like, and what does it say again?
It's essentially it's Christmas lights set up in the words "homecoming" with a question mark, because that's what she could build in the short amount of time she had. And I'll step out.
And there, this is where that heart charm roll comes in, and she looks surprised, and she covers her mouth with her hands, and she walks over to you, and she hugs you, and she says, "This is exactly what I was hoping for. Thank you, I love it."
You're very welcome. It will be a wonderful date to have.
And there's a big smile on her face, and she says, "Yes, I look forward to our date."
Oh. Okay. Then I'm gonna go downstairs.
And you head downstairs, and the camera lingers in the bedroom for a moment, because of course it's dramatically appropriate to do so. And as the camera lingers, Astrid walks over to the drawer where the tools were, and she kind of looks, and she sees that it had been closed when it was still partially open, but doesn't do anything about it. And then a couple minutes later, she makes her way down while you all are getting ready and talking.
Okay. Did we get the thing working? I assume.
Do you think?
That's a good question.
The
Which thing?
robot.
Oh, did I have a roll from you guys for that? Sorry.
No.
Not the room
No.
one.
Then let's get a roll, please.
If I could assist him somehow, I would. But but during that time, I was making something else, so I couldn't. So never mind.
That's true. BB, please give me a roll. Let me have a program tech.
Whoops, program. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. I need to just move you guys to the loop so that this stuff can go south immediately. So yeah, this robot is working, and I will say that you can add a bonus effect to it as well. Basically, this one it's going to work the same way. I would have set the criteria of what you needed. You have all the parts and time and items you need. This isn't anything out of the ordinary because you had all of this gathered, and so it works. And now this thing, with your one bonus die, you can make this robot more effective than expected by adding a +1 bonus, or it can do more than expected, add a +1 bonus. Okay. So basically, it will have one specific function, or you can give it more functions, or it can have the one specific function but do it really well. I'm really not sure what the difference between these two
walk
bonuses
sneakily. We need a stealth bot, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I see what I can make this do. Instead of it being a very vague +1 bonus, you want to make it more stealthy. So this is going to have a +1 bonus on moves on sneak body rolls.
Yes. And all Cigna can hear while, her and Asher are talking is, yeah, I got it!
I did it!
I'm gonna go see what that is, and that's why I run downstairs.
Yeah, and you run downstairs and you see the robot is up and moving, and it's this little spider Roomba is very quietly clambering up the side of a wall, and then it's over the ceiling, and it skitters around the other side and then comes around and back to you all, and then it just does like the little crab bob.
I pick it up, I look at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna call you Loki.
Loki.
Oh,
Yep.
That name is cool.
Well, he's sneaky, so I thought it would be appropriate.
I almost had him say, oh, like Thor's brother in the comics, because he's just a fucking nerd.
God of Trickery, and also it's low-key.
Yeah,
be
that too.
both.
Oh, it's definitely. Yeah, and I was more referencing the God my people used to worship for thousands of years before the Christians came and ruined our culture.
For
What?
Christianity defeated the Vikings, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's all propaganda. Look, there's still a lot of bad things here. Jesus failed. There's no frost giants. Odin won that one.
Sure.
Yeah, BB's like, yeah, there was a lot of weird, I guess, like the coding was backward. They probably didn't finish it in time because someone didn't think it was worthwhile.
Its circuit board is made out of 3 calculators, so I think there was no coding.
This is for you after the
Well-
stream, Felis.
What is this? Oh, I've seen that.
Can't quite
I've-
hit the low
I've
key.
seen Loki.
BB's like, well, there is now. I gave it have it put a lot less pressure on the movement with the hydraulics, so it's why it's really quiet when it moves, which
Oh,
basically
excellent.
gives us a really stealthy recon bot to send in there.
All it needs now is a coat of paint, and I'll spray paint it black.
Well, actually, we should
The black
find some
makes
like
it stealthy.
some gray, I guess. Like you remember what color the inside of the place was, right?
I've already spray painted it black, so if you want to do that, you can do that. Your own painting montage, because I've done mine already.
Mine won't be as cool. I had the whole programming one.
Well, there we go. So, I don't know. Eat shit, motherfucker.
You'll stick to the shadows.
She got one date and became super sassy.
Yeah. She's feeling good right now. She's happy. She's
Good, enjoy it, because when one of us loses a leg in like the next session, everyone's gonna
Hey,
feel
I
real
already
bad.
got fucked up. It's someone else's turn to get fucked up.
He's like, yep, so we don't need to be super close to this thing to set it off.
I think Ashley's staring curiously at BB.
He's just like too busy enamored with the robot that he's gotten to work.
All right.
Now we just need a camera or something, and we don't even have to like be anywhere near this place.
Press the little button, the camera pops up. There we go. It's
Oh.
in that thing. Yeah, I think this thing was like designed to like go around stuff.
Alright, well, we're running into the weekend, so we can be out later.
So the plan is to head back to the Loot Foundation?
Like today, like now. Or
Well, if not now, then definitely like soonish, like tomorrow night or something, where we can
yeah,
set aside plenty of time.
I would like to know when. I'll bring that crowbar again, because.
As soon as possible.
Well, do you want to do it today?
Yeah, we can do it tonight.
All right, let's do it tonight. Oh boy. Okay.
All right. So you all make your preparations, and the
I asked for the car again.
Oh yeah. Well, let's get a roll then. If you're gonna borrow
Oh
the car,
shit.
please give me a
charm?
Yeah.
One success.
Easy money. You've got the car again for tonight.
Oh, bitchin'.
He's like, let's not make a habit of this, but he hands over the car keys.
Well, hey, it's been like a week since the last time. Like, yeah, I just wanted to show Astrid around. Like all of us want to show Astrid around town.
Yeah, he's doing that thing where he's like trying to be a parent, but also like, hey, my kid's socializing cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it is a school night, but you have friends, so I can't be mad at it.
God, the fucking bonuses of being a weird nerd. When you got friends, you can get away with anything.
Yep, pretty much. It's like I'm glad you're just not in the basement anymore.
But yeah, then take the car and head out. The old station wagon.
Yep. All right, so the scene changes once again. Hold on. Let's do something different. So I want this to be appropriate. I wish I could hear this stuff before I start it, but it's gonna just be whatever happens to come up. Exactly, that's perfect.
Yes. Perfection.
Perfection.
We need the
balanced,
infiltration
all
music
things
from
should be.
Metal Gear Solid.
God damn, my camera froze again.
Well, stop it. Have you tried not freezing it?
I haven't done anything.
You know, I think it's your fault. I think we all blame Shay for this one.
Okay.
Everyone roll for blame. That's the way we used to do it.
/1d20.
I accept the
I rolled an 11.
bonuses.
Anybody beat an 11?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Frost, if you can beat a 7.
Nope, got a 5.
Got a 5? All right, it's Frost's fault. Sorry. I'm just gonna go
Haha! It's not me. It's all I care about.
Just gonna go ahead and supersede everybody else. He got the low roll, so it's his fault.
Yeah.
Everybody project your booze and shame onto them.
If I ever meet you in real life, Frost, I'm gonna throw a tomato at your head.
Boo this man. Boo.
No, come on, my dice are so great.
Just gonna throw it. I'm gonna get a potato gun and shoot tomatoes at your fucking house.
What did the tomatoes do?
You throw tomatoes at people you don't like.
You know what?
Those are actors that you don't like.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You know what the historical reason for that is?
I actually don't.
Rotten food.
No. So because tomatoes have a high acidity count, they thought throwing the tomatoes at them would kill them. So like it wasn't like you'll actually die, but because they associated acid with death, they were throwing tomatoes as a way of
To
like
poison them?
yeah, of like you suck, kill yourself kind of mentality. And so it was like, we're throwing these because we want you to die and you're bad.
Well, fuck.
Yeah,
I guess I'm throwing. I guess I'm.
it's actually really hardcore.
Yeah.
The
Like all
1600s.
history facts, it's usually about trying to kill someone.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm throwing tomatoes at Frost's.
Then I roll my good dice, and it's a 17. Damn it!
Yeah, you should have rolled the good dice first.
I have to save those for when the bad ones are failing me.
This isn't as dark as I was hoping. Oh well. So we find you all driving the station wagon down through the streets of the city once more. And as you're making your way there, there is the sudden realization that there is a car following you.
I turn off. Is there like an exit somewhere? Like I turn off, pretend we're going to somewhere else.
Absolutely. So you turn off. You immediately wait for, like, once you see that this vehicle is following you, you take the next exit.
I will go to makeout point.
Okay.
I was like to go towards makeout point and see how long they follow us.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, with the three of you in the car, you're driving, and you drive this way, going not in a different route from where you need to be, but it's very much that obvious breakaway where it's like, okay, they're not going in that direction. It's going to go up on this hill, and once you get there, it's a weeknight, so there isn't actually anybody else there. There is another car a good distance away. You probably don't park close enough to see these people who are having sex in the back of their vehicle. Yep. But as you pull in and you turn the lights off to kind of sit and wait it out, a couple moments pass before another vehicle with its headlights off pulls up the one lane that winds into this little parking area, and you can see it in the rear view as you guys are sitting and waiting, and it kind of does that. It does that slow creep where it just kind of rolls past your vehicle. Like
wait, before that happens, who's sitting next to me? Is it BB or is it Ashley? Like I'm in the front seat. Who's in the
who's in
shotgun?
Who's shotgun?
Do you want heads or tails, Frost?
Tails.
Tails. All right. Ah. Ashley's in the front.
Ashley's in the front.
Okay. Cigna's going to turn to Ashley, see the car coming up, and be like, well, we got to sell it. And she's going to grab Ashley's face and kiss her. Or try, at least.
Ashley uses tongue.
That shocks Astrid
BB,
to her core.
You're sitting in the back seat as the two of them really sell it. As the kids would put it, a fake out, make out. And
at a certain point, it isn't so much a fake out for Cigna.
Yeah. And BB, what do? Are you going to be the awkward kid who sits in the back seat, or do you duck down?
As soon as he was like, well, I gotta do something, that's probably he went whoop and like slid down.
Yeah.
Alright. So you duck down. I will say that this is a trouble. And now that I know what your guys' intentions are, that's going to make this very easy. So, because it's a trouble, it is... let me get the actual thing so we can do this properly, because it's been a while since we've done it.
I would also like to say that I gave you shit for mixing up Cigna and Astrid's name last week, and I want to take that shit given back because I just did it, and I get it now.
Alright, where's the... Oh, there it is. Extended trouble. Excellent. Alright, so I have to do this properly every time it comes up. So, number one is I declare the stakes. What is at stake and what will happen if you fail? So, obviously, somebody is following you. If you guys fail, this vehicle is going to stop and there's going to be a confrontation between you all and whoever's in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The threat level is normal, so this isn't going to be a very hard challenge. This is basically a did you shake this person tailing you, which means the number of successes needed is 3 times the number of teens present, which is the 3 of you. So we still need 9 successes.
Yep.
Don't use any special NPC abilities, previous page, and extended troubles. They
Is
should
it?
include. Okay. So we already had the plan. So the plan is the 2 of you are going to fake the makeout, and BB is going to duck and hide to really sell this. I find all of those skill choices are reasonable, so I don't have to disallow anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we play out the scene. So we've already done that too. I don't need you guys to play out making out or BB hiding. I think we've pretty much established what all of that is.
Frost, I need you to dip below the camera.
If there is time, a teen may test lead to create a dice pool instead of counting their successes towards the threat level. What does that mean?
Can roll the lead.
Oh.
it just
You
adds to.
You could give other people dice instead of rolling to add to the successes. I don't think that's helpful here with how many few people you have. And then the outcome, and then we determine the outcome. So, I feel that for the 2 of you, it's Charm Heart, and then for BB, of course, it is a Sneak Body.
I have 5 dice. Okay, it's pretty good. Ah, no!
That's 2.
I am going to push.
All right. And what are we pushing with?
Scared.
Scared? BB, would you
Yep.
like to push?
Oh.
Or
Yeah. It's scared.
all right. Ashley, did you want to push it all too?
5.
5. I would need to make 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably don't. You probably shouldn't then, because you don't really have anything else for it.
Damn it. As soon as there's trouble, you said it.
I
It's in
did.
trouble.
You guys aren't even at the Loop Foundation. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
All right. So yeah, there's this moment where Ashley grabs you when you're like, might as well sell it, and she grabs you and pulls you in, and there's Tongue, and the 2 of you get really into it.
It's very obvious Ashley has done this before.
It's very obvious that Ashley has done this. She's taken the lead. Her tongue has invaded your mouth, and the 2 of them are wrestling, probably awkwardly on Cigna's part. BB has ducked down, but is probably getting still a very good view of it from where he is. And from the outside, we see that the car that has its headlights off has kind of done the rolling turnaround and then was intending to leave. And as it gets to the end of the strip where the cars are and turns around, it comes to a stop not too far from where you are, and then a light from it, like one of the little swivel searchlights, turns on, and it shines into the vehicle, into your vehicle, illuminating the interior, and you hear the sounds of car doors opening and 2 sets of boots hitting the dirt and gravel and starting to walk their way towards you.
Are we able to see what these people look
The
like?
lights are shining directly into it.
When we saw the car before, did it look like a cop car, or did it look like just like a normal car?
I will allow. Give me an investigate mind roll. We'll see what. Okay.
One success.
You would have seen that this was a. You would have seen that this was an unmarked vehicle, but it matches the description of like an undercover police vehicle. Like one of
Okay.
the Like a good example
Girls'
was
car.
like the speed trap cars, the ones that
Yeah.
like will be parked to look inconspicuous to catch speeders. It looks like one of those.
Okay. I'm going to look at Ashley, and kind of and just essentially, I guess, say like, what do we do?
Play cool for the moment.
And when she says "play cool," there are the darkened silhouettes, basically because of the light shining behind them and projecting out. The light is obscuring what they look like, but you see these figures. One has moved to the driver's side, and the other is at the passenger side. And the person at the passenger side taps on the window, leans in, and you see that it is in fact a police officer.
Oh, never
Roll
so happy
down
to see the
window.
cops.
I
Oh,
didn't hear you,
God.
Ashley.
I roll down the window.
And
I roll
so,
down mine as well.
are these electric or are these the wonderful hand cranks? Because it's the 90s.
Oh, wonderful hand cranks, of course.
Yeah.
And they get stuck. Like, sorry, just like,
There's the very
Come on.
slow and awkward crank down of the window being rolled down.
and just like a fucking like super red blushing signal. Just be like, yeah. What?
And
Hi.
the officer on Cigna's side leans in as well. And you see, when you look at them, they both have the aviator sunglasses on, and they have the thick police officer mustaches that were very popular in the 80s, and they've got their sheriff's heavy coats that have like the fur lined on them, which is a little out of place because it's early fall, late summer, but it does get kind of crisp here in the tri-state northeast area. So it's not
That's good, man. Yeah, for
too
sure.
out of place, but it probably is still too warm to be wearing them. But they
That
lean in.
scares me.
They lean in, and they say, one of them says, "Evening. Where are you kids off to this late? Don't you know there's a curfew out?"
Signo will look at him and be, I genuinely did not know that.
Yeah.
We're just look, we're just friends, and
Yeah, we're
there's a dance coming up, and she has a date, so I'm trying to give her, pointers on. 'Cause she's never kissed anyone before.
You hear that, Paul? These two girls are just friends up at Makeout Point, getting pointers. And the other one says, "Yeah, that's right, Bill. They're out past curfew, up here, canoodling."
Hey, Officer Charles.
And
We
Must do everything BB can to not laugh at the word canoodle.
we can just go
And there's-
home.
there's a quick moment where the flashlight is out, and he shines the light into the back, and he says, "And look, they got a pervert in the back seat."
Just as the term is voyeur, sir.
And the other one
I
says,
guess
"Oh, go ahead."
we should head home then, officers.
"I think you should, kids."
Okay, we will absolutely do that right now. And I'm going to move to turn on the car and see what he does.
Yeah,
And-
BB does the thing where he sits back up and buckles up.
Yeah.
Like,
they
seatbelt.
take a momentary step back as you turn on the engine, and then the one on Ashley's side says, "Oh, there is one more thing." He sets his hand on the still open window before leaning in,
Put it in reverse. But yeah.
and he says, "We got word from your missing friend. Parents called. They said she missed her flight. Is back in France. You don't need to worry about her anymore."
Empathize.
I roll for
Jesus.
bullshit.
that is the bullshit roll. So with the empathize roll, you have a success. So I believe succeeding gets you an extra question. So your questions are, what is what is their weak spot? How can you make them do something? What do they feel? What do they want? What will they do? Are they lying to you?
Are they lying to me?
What is their
Yes.
weak spot?
The groin.
That was going to be my joke.
Yeah, you get the feeling that this is completely a lie.
Yep.
You got 2 more questions.
Yeah. How can I make them... How can I make them stop following us? Stop paying attention to us?
By going home.
And what is their weak spot?
Well, they're human.
We're in a giant steel machine. I'm sure we can fuck them up.
Yeah, I mean, Cigna has put it in reverse. If she, say, panicked and hit them with the car, much like any flesh bag, they would not win that fight, as per a meme that was posted earlier in our Discord channel.
As someone who's always been hit by a car, you don't win that fight.
Yeah.
No.
Look, unless Sabin's there, we've got this.
I mean,
That
you
dude
could-
suplexes trains. He can suplex a car pretty easily.
Yep.
I'm not gonna ask my friend to murder
Kill
someone.
2 police officers.
Mhm.
Look, we're not killing them. We're sending them home as per their own wording on where your friend is.
It's even the same kind of car.
It is. It's just missing the wood panel.
Yep.
I-
Yeah, you know, the very direct answer is, they're human, so they have a lot of vulnerabilities. Something that could be a little more helpful, because it's an out of place question to ask for that, but you might be able to. You think if you did something reckless, like tell Cigna to floor it, you might have enough of a head start to catch them off guard and you know, get a bit of a lead. But it's also incredibly reckless.
We should just go home. I think we should just go. They already know where we live. They're fucking cops.
I mean, you guys told them where you lived.
Did we though?
You left the information that your friend was missing and you wanted, you know, answers, and they know who you are because you left your name and information.
Well, I guess they have to
That's,
die.
that's kind of the standard procedure when you file a missing persons. They have to know who to contact if they find the person.
Yeah, okay.
Signa's gonna wait until the cop steps away from the car to start backing out.
Okay. So that tension hangs in the air for a moment, and then he says, "Y'all have a good night now." And they back up enough for you to put the vehicle in reverse and start to drive away. And as you slowly back it up, they're walking back to the vehicle, and they turn the searchlight off, but the headlights come on, and the vehicle starts to follow you down the hill.
Yeah, I assumed. I'm gonna look in the rearview mirror and just in Swedish go look up and kind of like get a little angry now that they're not like looking at us, can't see what they're doing. She gets like mad and goes calls him Gris, which is pigs in Swedish,
Yep.
and we'll
And you reach the first stoplight, and normally on your route back home would be to go forward. As
Mhm.
you accelerate once the light turns green, they immediately turn right.
they turn this way.
You go
Turn right.
You continue going forward, they take the right turn. They're no longer
Oh.
behind you.
Okay,
Start going forward and do a U-turn, maybe.
I'm gonna keep going forward. I'm taking us home.
Will you drop me
Oh.
off?
At your house, yes.
Can you drop me off right here?
No. No, I cannot do that.
I'd like to get out of the car.
Okay. Is your plan to go to the Loop Foundation by yourself? And I need you to be honest with me now, please.
I need some time to think.
I need you to answer my question, Ashley.
Just let me out of the car.
Are you going to go to the Loop Foundation? I just need a yes or a no. I need to know what you're doing.
So what if I am?
Well, then I'll say, wait. I know it's been a long time, and I want to find your friend too. That was freaky.
I can't keep waiting.
They are going to watch for us. I doubt those cops. I highly doubt that they're not going to let them know that we were out and about. We can't do this at night because if we get caught by the cops again, we're going to just head back home. And I think we're pushing our luck here.
Especially
We're
tonight,
not
now
getting
that they know we're
anything
out.
done.
Not tonight. Tonight we can't do it tonight.
They know we're out here. They're going to be looking all over for us to make sure we didn't come back.
Yeah, they're gonna circle around. They're gonna hang out by the closed part of the town. They're gonna hang out by the loop.
Fine. Tomorrow, I'm going. With or without
Okay.
you. I don't care.
Okay, that's tomorrow. And I will drive her home. I'll drive BB home.
All right. And so we see you all heading back home. Who do you drop off first?
Whoever's that would be I'm gonna roll a dice in real life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ashley gets dropped off first.
All right. So Ashley is dropped off first, and then you.
I don't even look at them as I leave.
Yep. There's a very stiff, cold shoulder, the polar opposite to the very heated fake out, make out that happened beforehand. But she slams the door and quickly heads inside.
Oh God. Okay. Let's take you home, BB.
All right.
Take him back to his house.
And so BB is dropped off, and then you drive the vehicle back. I'm going to segue the camera back to Ashley's house. What does Ashley do as soon as she's inside?
I think she's just like really like agitated to the point where she's losing her mind. I think she kicks over part of her drum set and just throws herself on her bed, but it makes a very obnoxious sound.
You sigh angrily into the pillow, and when that happens, there's a knock at your door.
Who is it?
And your mother in Japanese says, "It's just me. I heard you come in. Is everything all right?"
Stand up and I go to the door and open it.
And
And hi, Mom.
when you open the door, you see that your mother is not standing there. Instead, what you end up seeing is a familiar redhead with short, square-shaped glasses, a green checkered shirt, skirt, leggings, shoes. She smiles and says, "Hey."
What's going on?
"You're dreaming. This is all really stressing you out, and I just wanted to let you know that you are dreaming.
No.
You don't need to worry about anything. It's all fine."
No. This isn't right.
Do you look away at all?
I try to. No. Yes.
You look away, and when you look back, you see another face standing in the doorway. It's Olwen. She's in a ratty, dirty-looking mental asylum gown, and holding like a stuffed rabbit that's missing an ear, and an eye is stitched where its button used to be. And they say, "You're just having a dream. This isn't real. You shouldn't believe anything they're saying."
What's happening?
You need to wake up.
I pinch myself.
You pinch yourself, and you're no longer standing in front of the door. You're back in the bed, face down on the pillow, having pinched yourself. And you lift your head up and you look over to your alarm clock, and you see that 3 hours have passed.
Sit up and there's like just my eyes are red and there's just a wet spot from where I cried.
Does Ashley have a phone in her room?
If she's allowed to, then yes.
Your phone rings.
I will pick it up.
Pick up the phone, and you bring it to your ear, and you listen, and you hear a voice say, "You need to wake up."
Drop the phone.
Oh, God.
You drop the phone, and you back up. And that's where Ashley's scene ends. We cut over to William, or to BB. I was going to put William in there. Sorry, that was... we cut to BB walking into his apartment. BB, your sister is not working tonight. She's seated on the couch watching TV. She looks up and she says, "You're back early. Thought you were going to be gone for at least a little while longer."
Yeah, I thought we did too. Ran a bunch of jerks and had to leave.
You kick their asses?
Thought about it.
Yeah. Well, there's some food on the table.
Oh, thanks. He'll go over to the table.
"Hey, BB."
Yeah?
And she stands up and she walks over to you, standing next to you at the table, and just kind of sets a hand on yours and says, "You know everything's gonna be okay, right?"
I hope so.
Good. I don't want you to worry if something happens. No matter
Well,
what
I mean-
happens, I just want you to remember that it's all a dream, and you need to wake up.
What the fuck?
Oh?
And she reaches down to the plate, and there's a steak knife there, and she grabs it, and she jabs it into your chest, and she says, "You need to wake up." And as the knife stabs into you, you wake up, and you're laying on the couch, and you see that there's a clock where the kitchen is nearby, and you see that 3 hours have passed.
Oh, I really need to not eat before I lay down. The rumor is true.
And as you say that and sigh, your telephone rings,
Hello?
and you answer it, and there's a voice that's very familiar to you that says, "Ah, I've been trying to reach you for a very long time. BB, you need to wake up."
Just hearing that familiar voice will like drop the phone and be like, and he'll like pinch his arm as hard as he can.
And then we cut to Signa.
Mm-hmm.
Signa, you've pulled your vehicle into the driveway.
Yep.
Ashley kissed you very deeply, very passionately,
Yep.
very uncoaxed. It felt very natural for her to grab you and kiss you the way she did. That must be causing a whole mess of emotions and thoughts. Another girl
Yes.
very
I-
eagerly kissed you. But then she's also
I-
mad.
What?
And she didn't stay that eager, and she left. And
Yes.
so, with all of those emotions, you enter through the garage, and you see that the robot your dad was working on is no longer on the table.
Okay. Right now, Signa sees that, thinks that he might be working on it, and is going to go try to go talk to Astrid.
Yep. And you walk into the living room, and you try and turn the lights on, and they don't flicker on. But you hear a wet sound, like somebody is kneading ground beef between their fingers.
God. I say hello. If you've killed my dad in my weird fucked up dream state, I'm gonna be impressed and mad at you.
You say hello, and two lights appear, and they look like the kind of illuminated beams from flashlights, but they're positioned right next to each other, much like
Guys.
eyeballs. And a head slowly turns, and the beams of light turn, and they illuminate you, and you end up seeing, just from the light of the living room, that it's the robot.
Mm-hmm.
And it is hunched over another figure. It's not your dad, but it's Astrid. And it currently has one of its arms up to the elbow into her chest.
Oh
And its
God.
mouth illuminates and starts to speak. And it says, "I couldn't find the parts she needed. I couldn't repair her damage." And it
Signa's
takes out an
scream.
organ and drops it on the ground.
Signa screams.
You scream, and it's just you and the robot. But it drops the chunk of organ and it stands up and it starts to walk towards you. And it says, "Do not worry, Signa. This is a dream, and you need to wake up." And it holds out its hand, and it's holding Astrid's heart.
Signa faints.
And you faint. And you wake up, and you're currently in your car. And your head is up against the steering wheel like you had fallen asleep. The engine is still running, so the battery isn't shot from just being left on. But you see that 3 hours have passed.
I turn off the car and I immediately run inside.
And you run inside, running past a still inactive robot seated on its bench in the garage, and into the kitchen. And as you enter the kitchen, the phone rings.
Is there a body?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm ignoring the phone, and I'm going upstairs to try to find Astrid because I'm freaked the fuck out.
Yep. And so you run upstairs, and you run and you enter Astrid, the guest room where Astrid is staying. And you see that Astrid is laying in bed, and she gives a very groggy, "Oh, you're back. Good." And she starts to get up, being very careful to wrap the blanket around her as she gets up. "How did it go?"
I give her a hug. I am crying. I look at her, and then I kiss Astrid.
And she kisses
If
you
she
back.
allows me.
And she kisses you back. And it's a long, wonderful moment. And after a good minute of the two of you kissing, her hands are on the side of your face, and she pulls you back. And she says, "You need to wake up."
Signa's gonna look at her and say, "I don't want to."
And she smiles and she says, "Well, you can stay here in the dream then. You don't ever have to wake up."
Are you real? Are you part of the dream?
We're all part of the dream. Everyone will be part of the dream soon. You need to wake up, but I won't force you.
I'm going to look her in the eyes and say, "I'll find you outside the dream."
She just pets your cheek and she says, "I know you will."
Fucking hate you. Fucking hate you. This is awesome. Oh boy.
And that's where that scene ends.
I just imagined the camera going all black.
Yeah.
And credits roll.
I thought we were closer to ending, but we have 15 more minutes. So we can squeeze one more thing in.
What else is there to squeeze in?
Do you want to
Is it us in test tubes?
Do you want to leave it dramatic?
Oh god.
I'm guessing it's us in test tubes with
Yeah, that's
things
what I'm thinking
attached
too.
to our brains.
Oh god.
I think that's a good place to end, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a great place to end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
How dare you take my weird robot girlfriend away from me?
Yes, I did it. So you say, I'll find you in the waking world, and she says, "I know." And going off of Shay's beat, that's where like the editing would have it just go and cut. And so we see it go black, and instead of the credits rolling, it transitions to a new scene, and what we end up seeing is the same Japanese man with the red robotic arm and an eye patch. He's standing in front of a laboratory looking, and it would be him looking you would see the camera scene would be at what he's looking at. The camera is facing him, and he's looking at something through paned glass, and he looks up and he says, "This is not a dream. This world is a waking nightmare. And soon I will help everyone remember. I will help them all wake up." And he reaches his hand up and he touches the glass, and there, floating in the tube, is Ashley's long lost friend, a redhead, no longer wearing her glasses or clothes, but their eyes are open, green orbs with a faint glow behind them. And he says, "I'll make sure everyone wakes up." And that's where we'll end.
Fucking Evil Within shit, man. God damn it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fantastic. I'm really glad we shook off that rough start. I know it was a slow opening for everyone, and then we took that break, and y'all came back hard, and I'm so proud of y'all. And,
Oh, my buddy Grizz is watching. He missed all the boring shit. Motherfucker.
Grizz, you came back, and I felt inspired to make sure that this was good for
Oh
you.
my god, I feel sick, but in like a good way.
Yeah. Hey, look, you have a dance to go to soon, so it's gonna be fine.
I'm sorry, we're all trapped in fucking brain vats.
We can't make it if we're in test tube dreams.
I mean,
Yeah, we're in active dreams.
listen, it's all a dream. It's fine.
Don't you lie to me.
Cygnus said they didn't want to wake up, so it's fine.
I don't want to
You
wake
can
up.
lie
But
to the
look, there's
characters,
no-
but
she
you
has to
can't
wake
lie to
up
me.
so she can find Astrid in the real world.
There's no dance to have if we're all just brains in jars anyway.
I mean, the brains in the jars can go to the dance too.
But we have no mobility as brains in jars.
Oh god. I legit feel nauseous right now. That is a compliment to you,
I
sir.
have hiccups.
Jesus
Okay,
fucking Christ.
fantastic. Sunday can't come fast enough now.
Oh god. Don't you take my robot girlfriend from me.
And now we go for a 1 month break, everybody. See you later.
No, God.
I'm gonna throw rocks at your house now, Frost.
Here's my theory. I think we were actually kidnapped.
I think so too.
I think we're underground. I
Mhm.
think we've got like little nodes attached to our bodies, keeping us in a weird state.
I
That
don't
is
know-
my theory.
yeah. I don't know if the man with the red arm is bad or good right now.
I think
I
he's
think he might-
bad with good intentions.
I think he might be sinister and just like a sinister looking dude, but he's just like he can't keep children in fucking brain vats to try to get us all out, but he has to like get us up to wake us up naturally. I don't know.
Don't torture children. Don't you know that's rude?
Yeah, he's
Hey.
like the German guy from the Zeppelin episode of Archer. Everyone thinks he's evil just because he's fucking looks evil as shit.
It's just 90% of Krieger's plot line.
Oh god.
That's when you're gonna find out we've all
I
been
can
in the
feel
Matrix this whole
myself starting
time.
to loosen. My shoulders hurt.
It was a
boy.
good session, y'all. I'm happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. I have some notes to write down and things to plan now that what
Jailbreak from the mind prison.
Yeah, you guys
God,
just-
we're gonna be like the
Hey.
time prison fucking like time prison shadow. God damn it.
Hey, Rin, you made me cry.
Did I?
Yeah.
Excellent. You know it's a good session if Shay cried.
I did. I started to cry.
You kind of that's I've made someone cry during during like a game before, and it, like you feel kind of bad because they're crying, but you're like, yeah, I made someone fucking cry. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Emotion.
Well, I mean, you know that your serious scenes did well if it brings people to tears. So.
Oh god. Yeah. Fucking hell. That was a lot.
Also in venting, I posted something that's mildly relevant because it has accents, Swedish accents. Hyonk honk.
Hyonk. Yeah, go fuck
Because
yourself.
well, I mean, we talked about dinosaurs too. So apparently, dinosaurs likely quacked and honked like geese today. I mean, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Geese are basically
Yeah, absolutely.
tyrannosauruses. So
Fun fact: Tyrannosaurus, they had a subvocal call, and I've heard it. It like gets a weird lizard part of your brain active and like wants to make you run. It's very strange.
is it the one that they 3D printed like last year or earlier in the year?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the T-Rex or the Raptor, but yeah, somebody.
Those scientists know no bounds of their hubris. There was a third Jurassic Park movie about this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You have to the skull, and yeah, it like gets. There's some like ancient shit in your brain where you hear that and you're like, "Fuck, that's bad."
I mean, yeah, it's a T-Rex, so
Yeah.
it's like I didn't need to hear the sound. I would have just seen it. It's a motherfucking T-Rex.
Well, apparently it can be heard from over like it apparently it's a long range communication for T-Rex.
Nice.
It can be heard up to 5 kilometers away.
No.
So like that's like it would like, clear out an entire fucking region. Just like everyone's like, all right, T-Rex is here, fucking run.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to end the stream here with a little bit of the banter cool down, but everybody have a
we have
great
to do
night.
We'll do the questions.
Oh, yes, we can actually do the experience on time tonight.
Oh yeah.
So I don't remember where it is.
Hang on.
And check that because
Usually
97.
I just closed the fucking PDF again. God damn it.
97.
Yep.
Did you participate in the session?
No.
No? Oh, well,
Yes.
Sorry, no experience.
Hey, Stigma came out of the closet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, more or less. Like, you were slowly stepping out of the closet, and then Ashley, like, grabbed you by the ankles and just yeeted you into oblivion out of it.
Hey, sometimes that, and also seen like Astra die, just like, oh, that's what I feel about this person.
Yep. Yeah, that was all very powerful. Okay. Number 2. Did your problem with a capital P or relationships with a capital R get you in capital T trouble?
Yes.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
we got stopped by the fucking cops.
Got stopped by the motherfucking popo.
They are not cops.
Were you broken and forced to take a scar? That's a no for everybody. Did you put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery?
Kinda.
Because we all didn't
You
just
went-
peel out and
you-
ran.
I mean, yeah, you weren't really in any harm by listening to them and going home. So I would say that's a no. Did
Yeah,
you
I
learn
would say-
something new? And if so, what?
Yes.
We're all in a dream state.
You need to wake up.
We need to wake up.
We
So
need to
I'm
wake
saying
up.
yes. If you say that's a no, I don't care.
No, I agree.
Okay, good.
You need to wake up. Ashley,
will
did you
call
learn
you the-
anything new this session?
Yeah.
That your mystery girlfriend is back in France, safe and sound, and there's nothing to worry
That's
about?
not true. They're everywhere. Damn
And
you,
BB and-
Pravda!
And BB totally missed the look because he was too busy being happy he made a Roomba spider
Mhm.
crab dance.
Yeah, we did a lot of fun today. Me and BB have become better
Yeah,
friends. I
when
think.
BB made the robot, Ashley was like, "This seems real familiar."
It's okay. I was gonna as soon as the first dream thing happened, then it got to BB. I was like, I should have make him look like exactly what he used to look like, or what he usually does, and is only looking like this to hide from it.
Yeah, BB had a lot of fun tonight. Hey, so that's everybody. I think that equals everybody got 3.
Yep.
Yep.
I have 7, so you can spend 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
you spend 5 to level up, and you can bank no more than 10. All right, everybody. With that, I will end the stream because I feel like if BB talks about any more stuff, it might be spoilers. So we're gonna end the stream and have a great night.
Nice.